Yeah. It's your boy D1, man. Everybody wanna know what you mean when you say God and girls. Check it. If it ain't about God, it's about these girls. Yeah. If it ain't about God, it's about these girls. Yeah. Everybody know they rule the world. Yeah. Everybody know.
See, that's my first time going live. Oh, I'm live.
You're now
wow.
live. Hey.
I'm learning new
Hello,
things. Black people
everybody.
helping each other.
Hey, Legally Me 87. We are here. It's a beautiful Saturday in Los Angeles, California.
Well, welcome,
West side.
welcome.
West side.
Welcome to the West Side, the best side. Can I say that? Can I say that?
Well, we're from the west side of Atlanta, so
Okay, so West Side,
when
the
you
best
say
side.
West Side is the best side, we agree.
We agree.
We might not be talking about the same city, but we agree, all right?
There we go.
This is Staci here with Girl Talk University, episode 21. We're talking Black Parade. You know the song Beyonce? The song we just listened to?
Yes.
She was paying homage to all the Black-owned businesses, and that is definitely something that we want to talk about today. Hey, cuz, thank you for joining in. This is episode 21, Black Parade, supporting Black-owned business. So I'm in LA, and I am accompanied with my great friends, but of course, a beautiful young woman next to me, Dr. Aleksandrya Asiedu.
That's me. You did so good.
I did. I practiced my tweet.
What? Oh my, excuse me, but she knows her stuff.
I'm a cultured woman, okay? So I practice my
She knows the chi. Yes, that is from Ghana.
But can I call you Dr. Alex for short?
You can call me Allie. We friends.
Allie.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so
I'm not writing any receipts today. Not yet.
So, how about, since we're talking about Black-owned business, let's just get right to it.
Yeah.
Tell the viewers how you and I met.
So, well, you know how people always say you get into the DM and you shoot your shot. That's exactly what I did. I essentially shot my shot. I did. Look, I went out there on a limb. So I have a custom t-shirt business. I saw Miss Staci here doing great things for the youth, and I said, I gotta get in on this. Mm-hmm. I think I actually saw a video from, what was her name? She had retweeted your video, or she had reshown your video.
Libby.
Yes.
Right.
And I was like, I gotta get in on that. So what did I do? I slid in the DM.
She shot her shot at
and
you.
I shot my shot. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta shoot your shot sometimes. Mm-hmm. You never know where it's gonna fall. What do they say? Shoot for the stars.
That's true.
Shoot for the moon, you might land on the stars. And look, I landed on the stars.
Oh, you're so sweet. And look, that is the first tip I think we can talk about today, shooting your shot. Mm-hmm. Not just in terms of dating, but in terms of business, right?
Absolutely.
When I was growing up and going to college, I used to hear network. Yes. Networking is the most important thing you can do in business, and this is a living proof of that,
That's
right?
Exactly
so we've made money together in a very short time.
Yes.
Because you were humble enough to reach out. Of course, I was humble enough to respond.
That's
because
right.
we're out here both trying to do good things.
That's right.
And look where we are now.
Exactly.
So that is the cool story about how Allie and I met. Tell me, when you think of Black-owned businesses, just hearing the phrase, what comes to mind?
Like, immediately I just want to support. Like, I'm just like all for it. Like, I gotta get in on it. I want to know what they're doing. I want to know how I can support, how I can be part of the movement. Like, I just want to see us do good. Kind of like Issa Rae said, I'm voting for everybody black.
For everybody.
Like, that's just the way it goes. And like, we just have to empower each other, and that's what I want to see. I really want to see us do that more. I want to see us empower each other more and leave like a lasting legacy for those who come after us.
For sure. That's awesome. Let me backtrack a little bit. Did you grow up supporting Black-owned business? Was this like a thing, talk about in the house, or was it like something that you came into later?
I would say it definitely grew into later. Me growing up here in California, it was harder growing up. I think we didn't have access to a lot of Black-owned resources, to be honest with you. It wasn't as well known. There were a few things out, like hair products, and then at that, you don't really know, is it truly Black-owned? We didn't have access to social media like we have today, access to Google, where we can actually ensure that what we're getting, although it's catered towards the Black crowd, is it truly Black-owned?
Right.
So, yes, of course, I was using these Black products, but they weren't truly Black-owned. Probably, to come to think about it.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I think I'm very privileged. I have an advantage because I'm from Atlanta, where we see a lot of Black entrepreneurs, right?
Good.
And so it was a thing that was talked about in our houses. We're going here instead of there. We're going to buy this from this person instead of there. Like, we're going to support Black-owned business. It wasn't until I got older that I realized that's not a thing for everyone. Right. In fact, a lot of people have been trained to think negatively when they think of Black-owned business. It's not like that. Support, what can we do to help? As you said, came to mind. It's more like, that's why I don't go to black owned this.
Absolutely.
Where does that come from? Have you heard that? Like, that's why I can't support my people. That's where I can't support my folk. Where does that myth stem from?
You know, that honestly, I mean, if we're going to break it down, it's probably really institutionalized. You know, it's really something that we have heard from those who are not there for blacks say, and then we brought it upon ourselves in a sense. It's unfortunate, and I've heard it growing up. Or you say like, oh, that's why you can't take black folks anywhere. That's why you can't do this. For whatever reason, either we're labeled as being unprofessional, we're either labeled as being late to everything, you know, colored people time. So it's these systemic kind of prejudices that came about that have really inhibited us as blacks.
I think, and is it Stockholm? I mean, not to get real smart on a Saturday, but is it Stockholm syndrome, right? Where the people that are oppressed start believing in their own oppression. So they're like, yeah, we're bad. Yeah,
Yes.
our businesses aren't good enough. Yeah, we should go to this business instead of that one, even though the people who own this one across the street look like me. You know, that's the thing I have a problem with. Like, I want to challenge all black folks to support their own. And when they have these, that's why I can't go nowhere black. Why do you have to clump all black businesses in a category? Why don't you give each black business their own chance?
That is so true. You know, that really brings up a good point. Like, for example, I'll just use hair shops. And I know people who are tuning in on my channel who are like here from California, for example. I don't know about Atlanta, but the hair shop, they're owned by Koreans mostly.
Yeah, we know this. We know
Yeah, so that's who runs the hair shop. And I'm telling you, half the time growing up in my life, they don't treat us well. They you know, wander us, you know, stalk us around the store thinking we're stealing things. They don't know anything about our texture. They can't help us out with any product recommendations. Yet we continue to go back.
Right.
We continue to go back and invest in that. And there'll be that one shop that'll pop up that'll be black owned. And for whatever reason, we don't take our business and go and support that. Which is
and then 6
insane
months
to
later,
me.
you're like, what happened to that place?
Exactly, because it's shut down and it's moved on.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's
It's
very
crazy.
hurtful. And I mean, I can be candid enough to say that I live in Houston now. There's a street, Cullen Boulevard. And shout out to the Black store. There you can find Girl Talk University shirts there for $24.99. But anyway, we go to the go down Cullen Boulevard. Right here, you have a Korean or Vietnamese or Asian store. Down here, you have another one. You have the Black store. I literally contemplate, like, they're going to have everything I need. Should that even matter? Shouldn't it be a goal to go there? But I think we've just been accustomed to only support black-owned businesses when we quote-unquote have enough money to, or enough time to, or when it's convenient for us.
And we want the hookup. We want the black people hookup all the time.
Sure.
So then there's that. You know, we can't keep asking for hookups at, you know, at these places. Like, we go in there and we want to be like, oh, but whoever down the street is selling it for, you know, $5 cheap. Well, I'm just going to go over to the Korean man. That's not right. Like, it really is a systemic, like, it's a trickle-down effect. Because I talked to a black store owner, and she told me that she is competing for product where she naturally has to pay higher than other minorities because she is a minority. Because she's black. She's competing within the Korean market to buy this hair or to provide us the best products, and she's really competing. So she has to pay more. And so inevitably we have to pay more.
Right.
So it's like,
and it shouldn't even matter. Like, when you think about it, listen, and we can say on beauty supply stores, is it really that much more?
No.
What, 50 cents? Oh man,
Yes, exactly.
Oh man, this Carmex is $1.99 here, but it's $2.49 here.
I know.
Is this not worth 50 cents?
Girl, right? But I think, I don't know, what did you tell me? I think the first conversation we had that some people just are so afraid to let go of their money. Either I read it somewhere or I feel like we talked about it. They're just so afraid to let go of their money. That 50 cents is going to change their life. And they're like, oh, every penny counts. I mean, we got to get out of that mentality. You got to invest into things. You got to invest into products and things you believe in to really make a difference. We see the political climate. We got to make a difference. We got to help. Like, we got to invest.
Yeah, you're right. This is episode 21, Black Parade, supporting black-owned business. This is Staci here with Ali, a.k.a. Dr. Aleksandrya.
Yes.
And we're talking black business. Now, let's talk about the biggest aspect of business, black, white, blue, anything, customer service. Something that I have seen or heard time and time again from people that have gone to black-owned businesses is the lack of customer service they receive or experience. Has that been the case for you by going to several black-owned businesses, or is that a myth? Tell me what you think about experiencing entrepreneurship from a black person being the customer. How's customer service?
To be honest with you, I think it's blown out of proportion. Yes, it happens. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but it happens everywhere, right? Amongst any kind of store. What happens is when it's, so first answer to your question, I think it's blown out of proportion. I typically see great like customer service. I'm treated well. We have in harmony. We both want to help each other. Like there's a good communication, good customer and owner relationship. That's what I typically see. Now, every now and then there is a situation where it's not ideal and there is an issue with customer service, as with any type of business, correct? And what happens is it gets blown out of proportion.
Sure.
It gets blown out of proportion. We are so quick to tear each other down. We really still have this kind of like, I don't know, what is it? It's like the slave mentality, but we're really quick to tear each other down after that. And we get on social media, we get on Black Riverside County, we get on Yelp or whatever, and here we are attacking each other down. But we're so quiet about, again, those Korean hair stores that were treated bad for years, the restaurant that we went to that treated us poorly. We're kind of quiet about that, but we're quick to jump when it's
But
our
you know what's
own.
funny? In terms of the beauty spot stores, we're actually, in my opinion, we're not quiet about it. We know that they follow us. We know that we don't.
But
get
we keep
good
going
customers.
back.
We keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
We keep
that's
giving
true.
them our money.
Yes.
However, with a black store, you go one time and you deal with somebody that had an attitude that day because maybe she had an awful day, and instead of you just saying, "What's wrong, sis? You all right? You look. Let's talk." Instead of you doing that, you're upset and you never go to that place again.
Right.
We are so forgiving to people that have condemned us, that hurt us, that don't invest back into the communities
That's
in which
it.
take their money.
That's
I go
it.
in those beauty supply stores and I'm like, where is April and Randolph Elementary or Bastion Elementary, or not to just call out names, but where are you guys putting the money back into the community that's helping you eat?
Exactly.
However, one bad encounter at a black-owned business and I'm never going there again.
Yep. That's true. That's true.
So I brought that up to not only challenge ourselves, but to challenge the listeners. Give black-owned businesses another chance, and don't clump all of them together. Have there been black-owned businesses where it was terrible, the food was cold, or I didn't have a good experience? Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to shop black. I'm
Right.
still shopping black. I'm black.
Yes.
Still shopping
Right.
black, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. You know what? So, what about when we give that constructive criticism? How, like, what do you think about that? That also is kind of like, I feel like my back is against the wall sometimes. Because really, I'm coming from a place of growth, right? Like, I want to see you be successful, so
Right.
here's some tips, you know? But then that comes off of me being, you think you know everything, you think you're better than me,
Right.
or just immediately being attacked.
Right. Yeah.
So I think we have to learn as a to receive it, right?
Yeah. We were talking about, we were getting prepared for you to come earlier today.
Uh-oh.
And we were talking about how I think a lot of, and when I say black, I'm not speaking of all black people. Let me just say that. But black people are born and bred and raised to survive. Do whatever you do to live. Do whatever you do so that you don't die, right? So if somebody approaches you with a soft criticism, you're automatically defensive because you think somebody's attacking you, because that's how you've been kind of raised to be ready for anything, right?
Yeah.
But constructive criticism is what's needed to become a better entrepreneur. So if we're not open to it,
That's right.
I got some advice. I say the majority of my advice, and it could be the nature of what I'm in, comes from people younger than me. Social media, what schools I should go to, what I should say, what I should post. Most of the people on my staff are younger than me. Most of the people that give me pointers are younger than me. Who am I not to take criticism or advice from them?
Right.
You know,
right.
so black folks, if you want to be an entrepreneur, another thing we need to do is just be open to receiving criticism.
Yes.
And another thing I want to talk about is sometimes when you become a black business owner, that's a great thing, but stay humble. Okay? Treat your customers with respect. You know, and I'm not going to call out the name of the girl, of course not, but
No.
I signed up to get a facial. I could have gone to the main spot in Houston, or I could have supported this young black queen, right? So I'm going to support the black queen. Come to the appointment, she doesn't show up. Now, I could have said, that's why I don't support black business. I'm like, no, let me reach out. And she said, oh, you know, my car flooded, rebook. And I'm like, okay. So I go on the website to try to get a time, and she's like, oh, somebody already took that time, sorry. And I'm like, come on now. I'm your customer. You're the one who flaked out on the appointment. You need to figure out a way that we can do something different. And she wasn't trying to do it. You know, and she was like, sorry, it is what it is. So I say that to say we need to be humble too.
Yes,
you know,
we
especially
do.
when you're starting out.
Yes, we do. But you know what? Another thing too that we have to think about is some of these other non-black entrepreneurs have their daddy and their mommy who are business owners,
That's
right? Their parents are giving them gems, leaving them tips and tricks. a lot of us nowadays, we're trying to be the first of everything.
That's
the
right.
first doctor,
That's
the
right.
first attorney, the first businesswoman, the first this. We're trying to change that narrative,
That's
right?
right.
So we don't have really
We don't have
anybody
the
to
tools
look
in
back
our
on.
repertoire.
We
We don't.
don't. We're starting from scratch. We're just trying our best from what we're seeing. So we have to be an example to our community, and we have to provide resources for our young
That's right.
individuals growing up. And that's why I love what you're doing.
Mhm.
You're getting out there. You're talking to these youth where you're giving them the tools and the foundation to be successful. Where hopefully these things will see a paradigm shift.
Yeah. Having that knowledge is really important too,
It is.
because when you have a bad experience with a Black entrepreneur, give them a little grace, because you
That's
know
right.
that they're not equipped as a Fortune 500 company
That's
or
right.
another mom and pop shop that didn't grow up with the things that they have now.
Yes.
So.
Listen, how many times have you
Give
bought
them
something
grace.
from Amazon and they were late, or they messed up
Or
their
it's
package,
wrong, or it looked
was
beautiful
wrong.
online, but then it looked like a stream when you
right?
get it in
Yeah,
person.
what I wanted and what I got. We see it on the shade room every day, right? But we still give them a chance. I just put an order in with
I
Amazon,
was
so
throwing how it's
this,
going.
we don't go on and dog them. We're still giving them their money. So definitely give
I don't
us
understand
a
that.
yeah. No,
I
we
mean,
got
the
to
minute a
it.
Black entrepreneur messes up, it's like, that's
That's
why I don't
it.
rock with. That's why you can't support Black folks. That's
Right.
like,
Yeah, we got to stop that narrative. We do.
we got to
really
give
have
each other
to.
grace. We are really tough on each other sometimes.
We
and I just
are.
want to challenge
It's already hard enough.
us, people of color, whatever you want to say, let's just give each other more grace. Grace to make mistakes, grace to receive criticism, and accept it, and use what you need and move forward in this entrepreneurship game. So let's talk about your business.
Okay.
You're a doctor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of doctor are you?
So I am a doctor of nursing practice, which is a nurse practitioner, and I work in neurology. That's my specialty.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you working in your own practice, or?
I don't. I work in a practice now with 3 other neurologists, but the plan is for me to have my own practice and work specializing in headache medicine,
Oh,
giving
nice.
Botox,
Ooh.
managing headaches and migraines. Not Botox for aesthetics, ladies. Botox for
You
migraines.
sure you can't get me
I'll hit you,
right
I'll hit
here,
you
right
up on
here?
the side. Yeah, right there. So, yeah, I really like it. I've been in the field now, neurology specific. Well, I've been in neurology for a long time. Even as an RN, I began at the bedside working in a neurotrauma unit.
Nice.
So I've always liked neurology, like the
So
brain.
can you tell me why I always have headaches right here?
Well,
No.
girl, it's for sure a tumor.
I'm just playing.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So it's fun. It's nice and it's great, and I love seeing people and helping each other. I've always had that humanitarian
So
spirit.
you know the next question. You are this great doctor, and you start a custom T-shirt design
Yes.
business.
Yes.
Tell me about that transition.
Yeah, so I mean, I just wanted to do something for myself, just something fun, just something a little lighthearted. I was working, honestly, it all came about this year with the
Oh,
whole,
nice.
just a lot of the political climate, the COVID. I was working in the hospital, I was going to the hospital, just always felt down, felt bad. I come home and I see my kids, I have no energy for them. I just want to lay in the bed, and I just said, what's going on? I got to do something that's going to pick me up.
Right.
And I just started researching and looking, thinking something I could be creative in. And I saw making T-shirts, so I said, well, why not? And so I named the business after my kids. It's Mija Prince, which is Mariah, Isaiah, Jordan, and Adrian, so M-I-J-A, which is Mija. And I also speak Spanish, so I thought that kind of plays a part on it, like Mija, like that means my daughter, you know.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yes.
What don't you do?
Well,
What don't you do? What are you bad at?
I'm bad at a lot of things.
I'm just kidding. So you are a doctor. You started this
Yes.
business amidst COVID, which
Yes.
is formidable, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
What has been the biggest struggle with being a Black entrepreneur?
I think the biggest has really been just getting fellow support, honestly. I really find that the people who have supported me the most, which is crazy, are people who I don't know. We never met before. So, and yes, you're Black, so it's great. But people who I don't know, what about those friends of mine, my own family? You know what I'm saying? Dang. You know,
That's a whole nother podcast.
I know. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. But yeah,
I'm
that's
just
the biggest. I think that's been the challenge, if anything. Just not getting support from those closest to you. They'll give you emotional support, but as far as let me get a shirt from you, or let me help you network, not so much.
You know what I've noticed? Sometimes people don't believe in it until it's done.
Yeah. Or they think that I don't need it. They're like, why are you doing that? You already have a job that you pay, you get paid enough at. Why are you doing that? But it's it's not always about the money. You know what I mean? Sometimes you actually want to do things to release that creative side, or you just want to do something to distract your mind, or there's a lot of reasons. I like to make people happy, and I found that brought joy to me and to others.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you had any bad experience with customers since you started?
Well, you know what? I've been fortunate. I really had to institute, like from the beginning, I was like, look, you got to pay first before I make the shirt, because that just in life has been something where you kind of get burned for a product. And that's just across the board. You know, someone asks you to do something, you get it done. They're like, oh, actually, I don't want that.
Right.
You know, so you learn that like young, just to collect the money before you do the product. But, you know, honestly, I've had really good experiences with most of my customers. And again, it comes down to that customer service. If there is an issue, let me know. Like, let me know so I can try to make it right for you. I have no problem with that. Let me do it right. Let me do the order over. Let me do the shirt over. Yeah, I take a loss on my side, but at the end of the day, it really helps with that relationship with the customers.
Awesome. That's awesome. What are you looking forward to in terms of entrepreneurship?
Well, just growing, networking, meeting more people. We have a print shop? Oh man, I'd love to get a print shop. So I am getting full. Like my loft is full, and my kids are like, "What happened? I thought this was our loft, and it has like all my stuff." So yes, I would love to have a print shop one day. I want to buy a bigger machine that can really do like large format printing. So those are my short-term and long-term goals.
How has being an entrepreneur kind of affected your family?
I think it's actually brought us closer.
Nice.
Yeah,
Tell me more.
I think it's brought us closer. Like my son is 14, so he helps out a lot carrying boxes, carrying the shirts. My daughter helps me with designing, with weeding some of the vinyl. My little girl, she helps like cleaning up some of the vinyl. So we always work together.
So do I hear you saying entrepreneurship is good for families?
It's great for families.
And for black families and bringing black families together? Yes. Is that what I hear you say?
Yes, I hear you say it. Yes.
Shout out to Laney Up Catering over there at Diaspora Restaurant. We have another family black-owned business in the building. Business owner.
Get your kids involved. Get your family involved. It stimulates conversations. It stimulates growth. It stimulates creativity. Like, it's great. It really has brought us closer together.
Yeah, it reminds me of something since we're in LA. Woo, woo, West Side.
Best side.
It reminds me of something Issa Rae said. When she said, everybody's always looking for a come up or looking for that person that's going to put them on. Get on with your friends.
Yep.
Get on with your family. Yeah, people are around. The people around you are gonna put you on, not some random famous person, right? So I like that your family is helping you, your sons and your daughters, and you put it in the family.
Yes,
absolutely. We can do it. We have the power within all of us to do it and to be successful. So
that's right.
This has been good. I mean, do you have any questions for me? I love questions.
Oh my gosh, yes, please tell me, what are some of the events that you have coming up?
So we've been struggling with events in terms of making them virtual and consistent because we were so used to doing things in person. But in December we're gonna plan on doing another virtual event like we did in September. So I'm looking forward to that. And depending on how school is next year, we might start going back into schools if they'll allow us.
Yeah.
So that's what I have coming up.
Awesome. Any plans on expanding like outside of Texas much? And
ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our new Girl Talk ambassador in Los Angeles.
Oh, yes. Hey, how you doing? Yes.
You're hired. Do you accept?
I accept.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really enjoy being an entrepreneur. It's tough, and that's why I wanted to have this conversation, because I wanted us to know to give black folks grace when it comes to business, because it's hard. But that doesn't mean if you're a black entrepreneur that you can't be humble. You got to treat your customers with respect, okay?
Absolutely.
Because I've been in some black establishments and I'm been like, oh, okay, you know. So
yeah, before you get your like Twitter fingers going though, give them a second chance.
That's right.
I think too, right?
That's right. That's
like,
right.
Let's see if
because you can't delete those bad reviews.
No, you can't.
Randall and I have a law firm. She's in there, and this one review is like the ugly piece of. I don't know. It's a thorn in our side. So don't write those reviews unless you try to work it out first.
Yes.
Because y'all don't go to Chick-fil-A and write reviews when they get your chicken nuggets wrong.
Thank you.
I ain't seen no bad reviews on Chick-fil-A.
Listen, McDonald's ice cream machine been broke down for how long, people? You still waiting in line to get your shakes and
But they won't
stuff.
go to the Hank's ice cream in Houston.
Hello.
You know what I mean?
Hello.
And just because they say my pleasure don't mean nothing.
No.
I can tell you my pleasure, but if you don't come to me, you won't let me say my pleasure.
Preach.
So yeah, I definitely wanted to have this conversation about entrepreneurship. I think it's a powerful thing for our community if we inspire more black folks to be entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
And to have their own. This is the last thing I want to leave off with. If someone tells you that they want to do something, support them.
Yes.
Don't ask them,
Don't
how
be a
you
dream
gonna
snatcher.
do that? Yes.
Don't
how
be
you
a
gonna do
dream
that?
snatcher.
Do you have the money to do that? You gonna quit your job for that?
Right.
How you gonna eat? How you gonna make ends meet?
Right.
Support Black folks that want to start their own things, right? Have you experienced that? I know I have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, just like we talked, there's a way, we call it like the hamburger kind of criticism, right? Say, that's a great idea. Now this is what, you know, start the job while you still keep your 9 to 5. Don't quit your 9 to 5 per se, but this is what you can do to start that while you build it up, and then end by a positive comment, because we don't want to be dream snatchers. Like, just because it's not your dream or your thing doesn't mean you have to snatch somebody else down.
That's right. Yeah, I've heard that people have experienced that, where it's like, you can't do that. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You know, and then when you hear that, are you sure? You start thinking, well, damn, am I sure?
Right, and that's
Should I start Girl Talking?
That's it.
Should I quit my job and just do a law firm? Should I do that? You know what I mean? So, so y'all have to really like trust in people's dreams. God does not give people dreams for them to fail.
That's right.
So if they believe in their dreams enough to tell you, support them.
Exactly.
Because it's hard to be vulnerable enough to express your dreams. Someone says, I've learned, and stick by doing your best and hire the rest.
That's a good mentality. Yeah, you can't do it all, right?
Yeah, that's right. This has been a lovely conversation. Oh, she's right. She's also telling black entrepreneurs, don't do everything by yourself.
That's right.
That is correct. We all do have that superwoman mentality.
We do. We do. We'll take it all.
I'll say, I'll do it real quick. So that's true. You know, you have to delegate and get
for mental health.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed this conversation on entrepreneurship. I hope that the people that will listen after we finish will take heed to what we're saying, because I want to see black folks own it. Like, you remember, like Auburn Avenue in Atlanta is like a strip of what used to be black-owned businesses. Now it's mostly black still, but it's not like how it used to be.
Yeah, or even the stories that we've all heard of Black Wall Street. Like, can we get that back? Let's make it a modern day thing.
Right. And I mean, racism is gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
But if you are thriving in a community with people that look like you and you're supporting each other, who got time to be worried about the president? Well, you're always gonna worry about politics, but who has time to be worried about what the president said or what this person said?
Yep.
You're thriving in your community.
Yes.
You know?
Strength in numbers. We got to stick together.
So thank you for the people that joined in. Thank you for the people on Ali and Dr. Aleksandria's live that joined in.
Thank you.
Hey Bree Chanel. Hey Cuz. Hey Sabrina. How you doing? Hey Jonda. Thank you for commenting. This has been Staci, episode 21 of Girl Talk University, Black Parade, supporting black-owned businesses with Dr. Aleksandrya, aka Ali. We are in Los Angeles, y'all, live, okay? And this is a doctor, so I trust that she's gonna protect us and keep us safe.
I'm gonna keep them good, and don't you worry. We're all quarantining effectively here. We all had our masks on earlier. None of us have fevers. I made sure. Trust me.
She had all her handy doing the thermometer. No,
yes, and my hand sanitizer right here. So do it right.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Peace out. It's been great.